I caught it that time. Come on up here. Evan is my partner for phonics, and I taught Evan, own son. When did I teach you? You're in 6th grade? 4 years ago. So I'm gonna see if he knows these special sounds, and we're not gonna tell you how many times it took for to throw the hat and me catch it. It took a lot, and we're kind of giggly, right? So you may see him throughout this video, because it's really weird teaching y'all phonics to like a little camera. So he's gonna help me out with this. Why are you all sweaty? Gross. Anyway, so let's see if you remember them. Can you do them with me?
No.
No? Okay, go get behind the camera where you belong. Adios. Oh my goodness, y'all. Okay, we are going to start with some phonics charts. These are review charts. You should know all of these really well. And for my pointer today, I don't know how close I need to get. This is called a quill. And it has a point on it. And then you would take the ink and you would dip it in there, and then you could write. That's how they wrote back in the days. So it is an antique. It's very old, and it sits right here on my mom's desk. And I know y'all saw it in a video or so ago. And when you don't use it, you set it in the little holder, and then you would have the ink. And of course, could you imagine doing that today? That would be so messy. But anyway, I was looking around for a pointer, and I go, I'm gonna use the quill. All right, so we are gonna go through our special sounds, and you need to say them with me. We can't forget special sounds. That's how we can spell words, write words, read words, all the good things. All right, you ready? We're gonna start right here. In verse, in bird, in verse. Excuse me, in nurse. Excuse me. Even Miss Bowles kind of forgot these. So remember, the middle one, I am a bird. That's why in bird goes with that one. For nurse, you think of you are a nurse. So that's how you know these are special sounds. You remember what the words are that go with them? They're called clue. Good job, clue words. All right, we're going to start right here. You have sh in ship. Good job. Walk in walk. Okay, and then we have were in worms, are in stars, and this one can be, oh, you know what? That one's not are in stars. These are sounds. So let's start over. Were in worms, in dollar, good job, and in sailor, good job. All right, all of these are going to have a long O sound. No, this chart's different. I don't know why this chart's different. Maybe just to remind us that the O has the long sound. So let's do this one. Squat in squeak, oi in coin, oi in boy, walk in wash, in. Forgot this one. No. I think it's in. I can't believe I forgot this one. Hopefully you didn't forget. I think it's in. Oh, I got it. In not, in little, in thick, and in this. And I love how you see Miss Bowles, like I mess up because guess what? I'm not the perfect teacher. You know, I'm not Jesus, but I try. I try my best. So we have oi, the difference between the ois. This oi, O-I, is in the middle of a word. This oi is usually at the end of a word, except for the word oyster. Remember we talked about that in class? All right, let's look at the rocket ship. We have all in ball and A in pray. Good job. We have ing. Is this ing in king or ing in pointing? Evan. Which one?
Oh.
You forgot? Why did you raise your hand? You're just like some of my kids in my class. Ing in pointing because it has the hyphen in front of it. It's called a
special.
Oh my gosh, suffix.
Oh.
He did not pass second grade. I'm going to make him go back. I in night. Ow in out. O in bowl and ow in owl. Here's the eds. Ed in wanted, d in played, and t in looked. And I think we just skipped this one. We have oo in tooth and in book. And hopefully I didn't miss any. Maybe I missed this one. Oh, I missed these? Mm-hmm. Okay. The Y, I in fly. E in baby. Sorry, I'm listening to my mom. She's talking in the living room. And then we have in banana. Walk in walk and sh in ship. All right, we're gonna. Can you hold on to this one for me? Thank you. We're gonna look at the words on the back because remember I told you guys sometimes these words are on worksheets or sometimes even on your phonics tests. All right, so we're just gonna go super fast. You ready? Mouth, north, smelled. Small, worst, shouted. Shirt, carve, mowing. Do you remember in class, I remember one person said mowing. Troy, why does that have a capital letter? Do you know, Evan?
It's a name.
It's a name, good job. Afraid, squeak, crow. Puzzle, mashed. Stood, bright, swerve. Is that wasp, Evan?
No, it's a wasp.
Good job. You have wat in wash and sp in spade. Puppy, growl, thump, knock. Moist. Oh, look at that O-I in the middle of the word. Smooth and purse. And when we look at these on the back, we always say, do you see any rhyming words? Do you see any verbs? Do you remember a verb? It's an action word. So I saw this word, knock. That's something that you can do. Or how about swerve? If you're like Evan driving a car, he swerves and goes all over the road. Not really. He's looking at me. Now, puppy is not a verb. What is it, Evan?
A noun.
A noun. A noun is a person, place, or thing. So we have puppy. Do you see another one, Evan?
Troy.
Troy. Class, do you remember we talked about common nouns and
Pronouns. Oh.
Evan's wrong. Proper nouns. Proper nouns name a specific person, place, or thing, and they begin with a capital letter. Good job. All right, we're going to move on to the next one. I want to know if you have found any more verbs. I want you to pause the video and find more verbs and more nouns. Okay, we're going to go on to the next chart. All right, guys. Parents, these actual charts are not in their binder. These are called review charts. But at the bottom, like I would do every day, especially review from chart probably 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 12, 11, 12, and 13. Sometimes they had trouble with them. But so make sure you turn to that place in your B-book or binder, whatever you want to call it, and have them make words with different special sounds. All right, we're going to look at this chart. This chart reviews charts 10 and 11. You ready? If I quit hitting it. We're going to start right down here. We have ought in thought and ought in caught, because you caught a fish. And ought, if I say I thought of something, my head is shaped like a letter O. So that's how we differentiate between those two. All right, we're going to start up here. Whew, these have a lot. We have, I can't even think of it. E, and A. But I can't think of the E. Eat. No, it's not eat. Of course, Evan would say that. It's probably probably come back to me later.
B.
Oh! Hello. I'm horrible at this today.
Meat.
E in leaf, E in thread, and A in steak. U in flew, and U in few. E in key, and A in obey. What in well, and in who. Ear in ear, air in bear, and in earth.
Bird.
Ch in church, and k in chorus. Ch in patch. Remember, TCH usually follows a short vowel. All right, let's go with this little orange fish up here. We have aw in saw and aw in faucet. So aw in faucet is usually in the middle of a word, except for like the word autumn. Remember, all words do not follow phonics rules sometimes. Then you have aw and saw is usually at the end of a word. Old in gold, S in biggest, in bigger. E in rainy. And the way you know that these are suffixes because they're going to hook on to a root word, okay? Like the root word for rainy would be, Evan? The root word for rainy?
Rain.
Thank you. Okay, let's move on some more. We have in lamb, in phone, E in brownie, in adopt, isled in child, ind in kind. We're going up to this little guy now. Lee in slowly. Oh, that's what we learned last week. That adverbs are words that describe verbs, and they usually end in ly. For example, quickly. How did they run?
Fastly.
Quickly. S in peaches. N in sharpen. I want to bump down to J in fudge. Remember, the DGE special sound is usually followed by a short vowel. All right, so we have this. When a C is followed by an E, I, or Y, the C says S, like S in city. Let's do the G. When a G is followed by an E, I, or Y, the G says J, like J in giant. Okay, I think I got them all. We're going to flip on the back. I forgot I taped it. Hold on. All right. This time, instead of me reading them, I want you to pause the video and I want you to read them out loud. Okay, so I'm going to give you a minute to do that. All right, I'll be right back with the rest of phonics. All right, we just got done with our phonics charts. I hope that you read the last chart yourself and you were thinking of special sounds, looking at the verbs, looking at words that are verbs, looking at words that are nouns, looking at words that rhyme. All of those are wonderful tools to succeed in phonics. Now, this is a little bit of a language mixed in with phonics, and we've had that throughout the year where we had the Bob Jones English and the Becca Phonics, so we were just going to stick with the Becca Phonics for right now. I first want to talk about adjectives. We have already learned adjectives, so this is just a review. Adjectives describe nouns. And remember, nouns, we called them in the classroom PPT, for person, place, or thing. So here are two words. You have black cat. I wonder what cat I'm thinking of. His name starts with an S. Siren, good job. So black cat, here is the noun. What kind of cat? Black. So it describes the cat. So now let's look at the sentence. The black cat is mine. Okay? So again, black would describe the cat. Really, really easy. Okay, let's look down here. Adjectives also compare by ending in ER or EST. When we first learned in bigger and S in biggest, we talked about how when you use ER at the end of a word, you're comparing two people or two things. But when you use EST, you use three or more. For example, and bigger. I am bigger than Evan. However, Mr. Matt is the biggest in our family. Okay, so I know y'all have seen that before. You'll see it in your seat work pages. I just want you to remember, think of and bigger and S and biggest. Okay? All right, we're going to go on to this side. This is what you learned last week. So if you're unsure about adverbs, flip back to find last week's video and rewatch it. All right, so adverbs describe verbs. And I underlined this. I thought it was pretty cool. I'm going to do it in color. Look what is in the word adverb. The word verb. So that's easy to remember. These described verbs usually end in ly. Isn't that a special sound too? Lean and slowly. Good job. They usually end in ly. Drank quickly. How did they drink? Quickly. So I thought of this sentence because my dog Sophie drinks so much water. So I thought of this sentence. The dog drank quickly. So quickly, oh, there's our ly, but quickly would go back to describe the verb drank. Okay? Here's something you'll see on your seat work papers. We've talked about this a little bit this year. If the root word ends in a y, change the y to an I before adding ly. For example, noisy would be noisily. For example, as a sentence, we could say, the classroom worked noisily while the teacher was in the hall. Y'all don't ever do that. And then Mary will change to merrily. And I thought of merrily, 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 life is but a dream. I thought about that song. And so if you want to sing that song in a minute, because it goes, row, row, row your boat. So row is actually the verb. How did he row? Merrily, 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 life is but a dream. I just love that song. And now y'all are probably singing it too. All right. Let me look to make sure I didn't miss anything. Another thing that you'll see is the special sounds that end in ed. So ed and wanted, d and played, and t and looked. Remember, those are verbs that happened in the past. Good job. So that's in your seat work this week. Also, I just saw one more thing. Where'd it go? Antonyms. Remember the two ants going different ways? Or we said the two ants were going opposite ways. So like on, off, long, short. So that's pretty easy. Y'all have learned that too. Let's see. There is one page that asks you if you remember what a verb, a subject, a noun, an adjective, and an adverb. Okay? So I've gone over all of those throughout the school year. Let's see. I think I just got it. Hold on one sec. All right, so there are some prefixes and suffixes like un and re and full and less. We've touched on those, so I'm just gonna let you review in your seat work. Again, always, if you have any questions at all, shoot me a text, an email, a remind. I thank you so much for working so hard, not just for me, but just for the Lord. And Father, we thank you for that today. And I just pray that you have a wonderful week. Love you guys.